All right, schedule all set between the Knicks and the Heat. First 4 games, we are set in terms of which network and time, etc. Saturday, it all begins on ABC at 3:30 p.m. Hour-long post-game right here after the game on MSG. MSG, our first broadcast, Monday at 7. Coverage begins with Visa Next game night at 6. Hour-long post-game after that game as well. Thursday here on MSG as well. Coverage begins at 6. Pre-game show, game coverage at 7, followed by an hour-long post-game show. ABC has games on Sunday, May 6th, and if necessary, Game 7. And 1-hour post-game shows on games on MSG and games that will be broadcast on ABC. All right, Knicks and the Heat during the regular season. Knicks go 0-3. January 27th, no Melo, and the Heat won by 10.
Right, and the Knicks, battled in this game. They were struggling at that point in the season. Bill Walker stepped in for Melo, had a big game, 21 points, 7 of 10 from downtown. Really hot from three-point land in this game for the Knicks, but it fell apart towards the end. They could not hold up and keep pace.
99-89 the final, and then the second game was February the 23rd. This was during the Linsanity era, which seems like 6 years ago. Heat won 102-88.
And again, they really attacked Jeremy Lin. They were all over him defensively. But once again, a pretty tight game towards the end. But the Heat continued just to play at a different level. Knicks could not match it.
And about 2 weeks ago, April the 15th, Melo with 42 points. But LeBron had 29 and 10 of the Heat won Allen 93-85.
And no Amari Stoudemire in this game. Knicks were never really a complete team when they played the Heat this season. This was the best and most competitive of the 3 games. The only loss for Mike Woodson at home during his tenure as head coach.
Playoff history between these two. Hard to believe they haven't met in the playoffs since 2000. Knicks won that series in 7. Who can forget 99 5-game series? Allen Houston, the Miracle. Knicks that year lost in the final to the Spurs. Knicks won the series in 5 and 98. Heat won the series in 7 back in 1997. Kelly, when you look at this matchup and you go roster by roster, what do you think? Knicks, the one edge that jumps out on you would be the bench, right?
The bench is one, and center is two, because we know that Miami's really struggled in the middle. Not that Anthony for them or Haslam and people that they play there at the 5 are bad players, because they already certainly have their value, whether shot blocking or making that 15-foot jump shot. But Tyson Chandler, his all-around game is much better, and clearly the bench. We all know about Miami's bench. There's some guys there that that are still pretty solid players. They're not as consistent, don't have as much depth as the Knicks bench does. So that's clearly 2 areas, I would think, the bench probably being the most significant area where they may be better.
Yeah, and it's time to cue the Star Wars theme. I mean, this has been the matchup everybody's been waiting for, basically since Carmelo Anthony was traded to the Knicks late last season. Everybody talked about it, and obviously that first matchup the two teams played against right after that trade was a big one. And this series will be like that. It'll be all about the stars, and LeBron and Carmelo go head-to-head. They always have good battles, the two of them. The guy that I think the matchup to watch is Chris Bosh against Amari Stoudemire, because Bosh has had his way against the Knicks. He's put up very good numbers, and people haven't noticed that. And then you have Iman Shumpert going up against Dwayne Wade, the Chicago kid going up against another Chicago star. And I think that'll be interesting to watch as well. I think it's going to be really about the stars in this series. And the one guy we haven't mentioned yet, although Kelly did, is Tyson Chandler, could be the X factor in this whole thing in the end.